see you.
Good to see y'all again.
Josh, what was it like when you got word from the league that they were going to reinstate you? You got that letter.
I was really excited. I actually got a phone call. I saw it on Bleacher Report, and I was definitely excited, man. I was tremendously happy, for sure, elated.
Can you explain why you're still serving 4 more games after a year out? Have they explained that to you?
No, I can't explain that. But you know, that's something you definitely probably got to take over. Roger Goodell, whoever's in charge of that, I'm not for certain.
What was that meeting like with Goodell in New York, sitting down with him and trying to make your case to be let back in?
Honestly, it was I was honored to meet him. I never met him before. It was a great experience. I think I was open and honest with him. You know, he was down to earth, him as well as Mr. Birch. They were willing to hear me out on all points, and I was grateful for the opportunity. I think I got off my chest things I was desperately trying to, convey. I think he understood that and was, I guess, willing to come to some sort of agreement with me, and that's the reason as to why I'm out here now.
Josh, we've had this conversation with you several times. How do you, this time, really prove that you are going to not make another mistake?
Mm-hmm. Well, it definitely can't be done here at a podium, that's for sure. Nothing really gets done here, but out there on the field, I can do everything I came here to do on the field and by my actions, but nothing through what I say can do much. That's for sure. But with the support that I have here with Mr. Haslam, through the team, through the coaches, through the players here, that shown me an extreme amount of support and love. I can only do that by showing it back to them.
Josh, were you always confident that the Browns would welcome you back this time?
I was not. Over the period of time, I didn't know what to expect. Unexpected of my future with the Browns, how long I'd be here, or whatever contractually. But I was grateful to be back here. They definitely have things heading in the right direction. I have yet to see an organization look this good, head in the right direction at any team. So I'm definitely glad to be a part of this one specifically.
Josh, after sitting out for more than a full season, where's your level of confidence at in that you can return to what we saw a few years ago?
I'm really not looking backwards. I'm not looking too much into the past performance-wise. I'm definitely looking towards 2016 and doing what I can now, and hopefully 2017 and more years to come, and get better and build upon whatever basis we have here now. And the strength and conditioning staff here, the equipment that you see behind you is state of the art. Jimmy hasn't withheld any expense towards making sure that me, as well as the rest of the teammates here, get the most out of the opportunity. And I think that's what I could do here coming up this season, hopefully.
What changes are you?
The journey that you've been on the last 2 years, how are you? Are you a different person at all? And if you are, how? What's changed?
No, I definitely think I'm a different person. If you haven't changed over a period of time, it's definitely a bad thing. I think me standing here is a testament to that. Most people might not see it that way. That's just comes with the territory of me being who I am, considering my past. But I'm only, like I said, looking towards the future, and hopefully people can see that through what I do here in the community as well as in the football field.
But are there things you can tell us that are different? I mean, is there an approach that's different? Are there things
Like
that
I
you
said,
do in your daily
there's not
life?
too much I could tell people that will make people believe. To my fans, I just want to show them, like I said, in the community, I want to be there for them. Like this team and this owner, Mr. Haslam and Mrs. Haslam, who spoke today, and they're very profound about what exactly they want this organization to become, and to live up to that, it means a lot.
You told us the same thing other times, Josh. That, standing here at the podium, you could say the words and all that, doesn't matter. So how is it really difficult for you to not fall off track?
No, definitely not. Like I said, I had great support staff here, more so than I've ever felt before. And it plays a part on both sides. Me wanting to give into that support and allow them to help me, and me wanting to be helped. As opposed to before, me trying to be selfish or do things on my own. I want to buy into an organization of loving, caring, providing facility and people here that want to do the most that they can and do everything they can to help us, is what they're trying to tell us today. But that's what I want to be a part of, and Nashville's going to help me do it, so that's what I'm here for.
So would you say in the past you rejected help?
In the past, I've been a selfish player. You know, I'll definitely admit that. I want to do things my way. You know, as a young man, that's just kind of how you see it. You don't really want to make time to do other things. But, you know, things turn around. People change. It's possible to change. It takes people some learning. But eventually you get to that point. I think I have.
Do you think you've had some semblance of maybe a wake-up call or an epiphany or, you know, something of that nature?
Yeah, I'm sure you could say that. I'm sure you could say that, definitely, whatever you want to call it, for sure. You know, but you definitely get that sense of need to do something important with your life and with my career, considering my age and how much time I've been out and how much time I got left, nobody knows. So I need to capitalize on that, not only for myself, but for the well-being of my family, and be there for this team that held me together and allowed me to come back, which I'm very grateful for.
Have you
Josh,
done
can you-
anything
Josh, can you talk
football-wise?
about, can you talk about your relationship with Johnny Manziel, and you know, maybe, you know, how you feel about where he's at right now, and you know, when we would see, or at least when I would see you out with him, it was a concern because he never seemed to be doing the right things, and it seemed like maybe that could be not a good situation for you, but then you were just kind of with him again. Just, can you kind of take us through your relationship with Johnny and that whole thing?
It's difficult to take people inside that relationship, but that's one of my good friends. I'm always going to be there to support him. You know, that's what I'm trying to do, and that's what he wanted to do for me. You know, we're definitely two different people heading down two different paths. We'll all reach our outcome at a different point in time. But that's my friend first and foremost. But for the sake of my career, I have to do what I have to do. And for him, going through what he has to go through to get where he needs to be, that's on him. And I'll definitely be there for him regardless, you know, of the media. But I have to do what's right for me right now, and he has to do what's right for him.
Do you feel like you've had maybe some negative influences in your life over the last couple of years, and have you maybe taken some steps to try and eliminate those temptations and negative influences?
I think negative influence around us all, each and every day, especially us young men here, experiencing this much freedom for the first time most of our lives. But at this point, you know, I'm back in the football season and swing of things. I'm really just focused on being here and playing football and enjoying the moment here and having no distractions, as we discussed in our team meeting, no distractions. And that's something I believe we're all working very hard on, to staying committed to do right by Mr. Haslam and Mrs. Haslam, and make this organization something that Cleveland could be proud of.
What's the
Were you
origin
at
of
the-
your...
Were you at that house Manziel rented in Hollywood where the two-day party allegedly took place? There were some pretty nasty photos on social media.
I'm not sure about that. I've definitely been around him. I've hung out with him. Like I said, he's my friend. But I'm definitely not sure.
Could you talk about
Josh,
what
we
you
saw
did?
that you're lockering next to Robert Griffin.
Mm-hmm.
Was he just a teammate, or is he a good friend? Has your relationship changed in any way since he signed you?
He's the reason why I committed to Baylor in 2009. That's one of my best friends. It's not a mistake that my locker's next to his. He looks out for me. That's part of my support staff that I was mentioning. Guys I know I can lean on and count on. I know he's a big brother in that regard. And as much as I need him, as everybody else in this building needs him just as much.
What's the
Time for just a
origin
couple
of your quad injury? Where did that come from?
It happened early. I did it on my own training before I got here, just trying to work out, keep in shape.
Recently, or has it been with you for a while?
A couple weeks ago, not that long ago.
Josh,
Josh,
what have
are
you
you
done
different now? Are you
football-wise?
living
What have you
with-
done football-wise in the last year, since that 15th game of 2014?
Since that last game, football-wise, I've been working out, honestly, for a long time. Kind of just blindly, you know, just keep going at it, just seeing what happens the next day. And in preparation for this time right now, not knowing if it was coming or when it was coming, but just knowing I had to stay ready for something at some point. And I think it benefited me in a major way to make sure I don't fall behind the eight
What are
ball
you
too
catching
far.
footballs from anybody or anything? Or?
I definitely was. Had some quarterbacks that came to the facility. Actually, a major contributing factor to my workout plan was Exos in Carson, California. They had a lot of athletes that come through there that I worked out with and had camaraderie with, and did some wide receiver drills and caught some passes here. Yes.
Josh, being out of the game for this time, one entire year, and thinking that, you know, perhaps maybe you were never going to get back into the game, do you feel like that was a major turning point for you, and it just made you hungry enough to just never ever want this to happen again?
Yeah, I think that's something most people can never relate to, being out of work for that long. It's humbling. If anything, it's definitely something I never experienced before. I don't think anybody would want to. I wouldn't wish that upon anybody. But the point has definitely got across to me, clear as day. And it's not a place you want to go back to or ever get to. You know, I'm grateful. Like I said, I'm thankful to be here in Cleveland, and I believe this is where I belong.
Can
You go to rehab,
clarify-
Josh? I think Jim Brown mentioned it. Did you go to rehab?
I've taken the steps necessary to better myself as a person off the field just as much as on. Seeking out help and support in any way I can, through the help of the Browns, through people in the front office, through Jim Brown, who's been a great mentor to me, as well as many other figures and ex-football players around the league who've opened their doors and helped me out along the way. I didn't expect it from him, but I'm forever grateful for him, and he's a great mentor to have.
All right, thanks, Josh.